Hello, I'm Andy, and here is your weekly. If I may have 1 minute of your time, there's a note from. Okay, we are in the clear. There was a note from PayPal that is not. Sorry, from YouTube. It's not going through. I'll start all over again. This is your weekly horoscope from Sunday, the 29th of January to the 4th of February 2023. And this is especially for you coming from Aquarius. We get these problems if I'm doing streaming all the time. Now, Saturday, the 29th of January, you coming from Aquarius. Too many emotional planets which are not very stable are seeing you, and they make you oversensitive to whatever is said to you or what you say to people. Be careful. You might make them oversensitive because the planet of arrogance is also around. And so you need to be careful that any emotional disturbances can affect you very badly. So say less and do less sometimes is better. And try not to take the lead. You might upset people wanting to take the command, wanting to organize. So let somebody else do that, and you will go much better off. This oversensitive can be for many reasons. Perhaps you're not having your way. Perhaps somebody is being dominating. So try to keep away from such people. Your evening and nightfall becomes worse in the sense, that your arrogance rises and your tolerance for people and teamwork for people drops. And that makes you a loser. So don't be dominating and don't be stubborn either. You may meet people who are that way, dominating and stubborn, and you may then return the compliments by being arrogant. So it's a losing game. Better not to be out at all in the evening. Nightfall is safer for you. Once you're exposed to people, you cannot control these energies sometimes. Monday, the 30th of January. This is a very difficult morning and afternoon. Difficult because planets will make you dominating, they make you stubborn. And at work, you cannot expect that. Show respect to your managers or to your bosses. Show respect to your colleagues. Don't want to show in retaliation wanting to dominate and be stubborn. You won't get very, very far. And you may be blamed if you want to do things on your own. So having a partnership will be safer for you. And as I said, try to be negotiable as much as you can, whether at work, whether in business, whether at home, whether anywhere. These emotional planets, which make you ultra emotional, too emotional, they come to visit you in the evening nightfall period. And there's a planet of argumentativeness. You may easily enter into arguments because something is said that makes you a bit too oversensitive. Or you may retaliate and cause the argument. Whatever it is, be careful in this evening and nightfall. Because to make it worse, your morning planets of stubbornness and domination will also be there. So it's a difficult game. Chasing for the romance, you might fail very badly. And allowing emotional planets to disturb your behavior would be bad. So sometimes not going out again is better. Tuesday, the 31st of January. This is a very lucky morning and afternoon for you. The planets of unexpected novelties, making your ideas very, very interesting and very much inventive. They are all there to be produced. So, whether at work, whether in business, whether anywhere, tell yourself that you have a chance to get your plans to be approved because these are good planets. So, talk to your bosses at work about your inventiveness or about your ability to see the future for your company and work that way. Or if you have a business on your own, then get together with people in information technology because I make these wonderful planets very much leaning on information technology. So you're going to do something very wonderful and be rewarded as well in the morning, afternoon. So plan this morning, afternoon carefully and well. And wherever you can to improve your job, improve your business, improve your finances. And sometimes these unexpected good planets may just make you meet somebody very unexpectedly for a romance, even. So always dress well and look good on this Tuesday, 31st of January. Evening and nightfall. The planets of stubbornness, domination are back. And so you behave that way. The trouble is, if you do, then you're going to spoil some of these good planets of the morning, afternoon who would like to visit you as well in the evening nightfall. So don't spoil it, because you'll have some of these planets getting you to be very much a person who produce inventiveness. But you'll plan for some reason to be dominating and stubborn. You'll make enemies, enemies with people who may not openly show you they're enemies, but they will stab you in the back one day. So don't create these enemies on this Tuesday, 31st January evening and nightfall. Wednesday, the 1st of February. This is a really bad day because the planets are making you difficult, arrogant, no tolerance, no teamwork. They are all there. And their duty is to make you a loser that way. So it's no fun being that way, to take the lead and wanting to take charge. It's better if you join a team at your place of work or even in business, form a team so that the ideas can be discussed as much as possible. Don't come out with decision making which is only yours. Things are going to go very wrong on this Wednesday, 1st of February, morning and afternoon. And you will be the one to be blamed very, very badly. You don't want that, do you? If you don't want that, then be part of a team. Let the decision making be for the majority to make. And when things go wrong, and I'm telling you things will go wrong, then you won't be blamed singularly. You may escape the wrath of your bosses where you work or in business, the way you will do bad decision making. These planets follow you to the evening nightfall, and many emotional planets are there as well. So now you make it difficult for the emotional side of your life to find success by just being very fussy, looking down on people, criticizing them. Your tolerance low, your teamwork low. So you will go against these emotional planets, and you'll have trouble with the family you have if you're out with them, or chasing for the romance or with anything of a social nature will go very bad. So be negotiable as much as you can. Thursday, the 2nd of February, is a very moody, very oversensitive, very changeable kind of a morning afternoon for you. It's because you are that way. And the horoscope is for you coming from Aquarius. So, what you need to do while still being part of a team, because if you go on your own, your decisions will be even worse. Try to be part of a team. Don't want to show that specialness that you have. Try to be with people who you know can make more sense for you because they may have more experience for you. And the emotional side is not steady. So your desire to chase for somebody for a romance will not work. And more than that, what you have already in your hands, the romance or the marriage, that may be also badly affected because your emotional side is going to be very imbalanced, very moody, very changeable, as I said. You cannot afford to do that, especially where you work and where you do business and even at home. Evening and nightfall, many of these planets will follow you. And they make you, on top of that, very rebellious, not agreeing to plans made by other people. So I won't say don't go out at all. I will say if you have to be out, make sure that you are in the company with people who are on the same wavelength with you. That's very important because I see people who may be on a different wavelength. They may challenge your ideas, which you don't like, throughout the whole day. So think common sense rather than ego. Friday, the 3rd of February, you're coming from Aquarius. These are now planets of stubbornness. It's not a very good week for you, I tell you. The planets of stubbornness are there in the morning, afternoon, where you work, where you do business. You don't want to be the king or the queen. You want to be part of the warriors so that you can forge ahead with a job for a better one and look for one, or get more business for yourself. Because some of these planets are the planets of growth and planet of expansion. But the trouble is you may want to do it on your own. Go get the limelight at the place of work you have. In business, try to be the lone ranger and get it all for yourself. Don't do it because these planets are not positive. They let you have it and then they will create a burden upon you. Evening and nightfall, these planets follow you. So making you very bumptious, which means very forcefully putting your plans on people, and also very stubborn and also extremely having a sense of authority about you. Well, that's not going to help you in the evening nightfall. You could meet somebody in the evening nightfall interested in what you do or interested in you as a person. Don't drive that person away by behaving that kind of a bumptious person and wanting to control. Saturday, the 4th of February. Now, this is a very successful day for you, the morning and afternoon especially. You are going to get all the ideas. So talk to people with your ideas, whether they are workable where you work or whether they are workable in business. Meet people, even if you are not officially working, and meet people who are your bosses, meet people you do business with or business for. Your ideas are going to be very acceptable and very successful in the morning, afternoon. Send out messages, have meetings, have somebody for lunch to show them your expertise, because these are planets of the modern nature, the future, which you can see very clearly, and they will be very impressed, and you'll make a mark for yourself. The bonding with the right people will be excellent, and they'll have you by their side. You'll feel the security that you're building up, even long-term security. I like your evening nightfall as well. The same planets will follow you. And hour by hour, the evening and nightfall, the platform unfolds. Meet people who can again relish your ideas. Let them listen to them. Have a working paper by all means. Be serious about this Saturday, 4th of February. It can change the pattern of your life for the near future. And long-term planets are there for the bonding with the people you are trying to impress, whether work-wise, business-wise. Well, chase for that romance if you want as well. Everything is within your grasp. So that's the 90-minute session. I'm sorry, that's your weekly session. This 90-minute session I have for you is going to be a very interesting 90-minute session, because firstly, I'll talk to you about your next 9 years based on your date of birth, time of birth, and that magic already with you, which is your palms. Your palms belong to the energy of your soul, the third eye, and the aura. They are all given to us automatically when we are old, in our 50s and 60s and 70s, not trusted to be given to younger people. But there is a way I can accelerate the energy for you. Even in the next 30, 45 days, you will find the energies creeping in, whether the job, business, finances, whether any kind of good luck. And even if you had a very bad age or a very bad calendar year, these energies will help you to protect yourself in many ways. Your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky days, your lucky directions. There are many energies like this, which when you learn, you just put up that extreme possibility of very high rated success. And I will show you as well. You're deeply into health areas. Health is very important. When I have your full date of birth, time of birth, and especially reading your palms, I'll be able to tell you where exactly your health is going to get you into trouble, when the ages will be, and how severe it might be. So all this will be taught to you in the 90-minute session, and lots of more. So here's my email. You can pay to PayPal. I accept PayPal payments, and we'll get together for a 90-minute session. Life is too short. Don't leave it to your old age. In the meantime, I wish you a good week. Thank you. Goodbye.